Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to SmackDown, as tonight we are just the heels off Night of Champions, and we are on the road to the King and Queen of the Ring, and we are just 1 week away from finding out who exactly will be facing who live there at the King and Queen of the Ring, both for the Raw side of things and the SmackDown side of things. We start off tonight with the semifinals of the men's side of things, as will be CM Punk, who had himself you could say, a devastating loss to Kurt Angle there at Night of Champions. It was a heck of a back and forth matchup. Kurt Angle ultimately getting the win in the end of that matchup. And now Punk, he has to deal with another Bloodline member, with obviously Kurt Angle being the honorary Uce who he lost to. Now he deals with an actual Bloodline member, that being Solo Sikoa, who picked up a big win recently over John Cena in a non-title matchup. And the last 4 of this King of the Ring tournament for the SmackDown side of things is as following: CM Punk, Solo Sikoa, Gunther, and Cody Rhodes. We will see Cody Rhodes and Gunther in your main event later on tonight. And also later on tonight, throughout the night, you'll see the first round of the women's side of things. Is going to be 3 matches for those women. We'll see how big that is for them tonight. I can guarantee you what a lot of people would look forward to. Could you imagine a finals that we would get if we got a CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes on the go-home show of the finals? You know, that would be a tremendous match. But obviously Gunther and Solo Sikoa are looking to make sure that sure as heck not happening, as there is Solo Sikoa looking to pick up another big win, obviously, like we mentioned, over John Cena recently, and now imagine it being the former World Heavyweight Champion in CM Punk. And for Solo Sikoa, he's a former United States champion. He's, like we've mentioned quite a bit of times over here, Universe Mode, he's faced a lot of big names, and he's put a lot of big names. And for Solo, he would love to have the moniker next to his name, King Solo Sikoa. And that certainly would build up his career, for at least for him, in a good way. But here we go, semifinals match about to get underway. CM Punk, the best in the world, versus Solo Sikoa. And now we'll see these guys beat the living snot out of each other and see how this fares. Early pinfall attempt. I mean, certainly you gotta try what you need to early on here. Certainly if you're able to hit a 1 move and be done, I mean, you know, certainly that could work out. It just really depends on your opponent and what you see when you watch film back, as a spinning heel kick takes down CM Punk, and Solo Sikoa coming right out of the gate right now pretty fast, keeping CM Punk on his toes. And if you're Solo Sikoa, I mean, you know CM Punk had a devastating loss to CM Punk had a devastating loss to Kurt Angle, pardon me, and you know he's trying to rebound from that, and certainly Solo Sikoa wants to capitalize on CM Punk's loss and kind of make sure he starts going downhill. Right now, if you're Punk, just the slightest thing in this matchup, you know, you gotta try and get yourself back in this matchup, even if you have to go back to old tendencies and play dirty. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, I was just gonna say, Solo's fired up. He's continuing to take it to Punk. Punk cannot figure out Solo, which is very surprising, if I'm honest with you, as a pinfall opportunity. We'll see if Solo can get a big win here, but only a 2 count. The best in the world is struggling right now, and we'll see how this goes. Big punch to the midsection. Here we go. Now Punk now. Oh, pile driver out of nowhere, taking down Solo, and this might be the moment Punk needs as a big time. Oh, springboard clothesline. He just got a little bit of it, but it was enough to take him down. And now gonna rip that shoulder out of socket. Certainly not the best feeling in the world, but certainly every little moment in this matchup is gonna help out, even if it doesn't do too much damage. And now Solo gonna take his time. Punk back up to his feet. Solo not realizing it, as now Solo gets tossed to the other side of the barricade, and Punk connects with a elbow strike. I mean, there's plenty of options we see tonight coming out of this King of the Ring side for SmackDown leading into the finals next week. It could be a CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Gunther. We've seen their history. We've, Solo Sikoa, Cody Rhodes, Solo Sikoa, and certainly Solo Sikoa and Cody Rhodes or Gunther. I mean, there's different options, and really not too sure how it's gonna go. It's a big DDT there, takes down Solo. And another DDT, spiking him right on the face. And this is what Punk needs to do to get himself back in this matchup. Early on, struggling, but slowly but surely getting himself back in this matchup. And the crowd's starting to fire up CM Punk as well. So certainly that adrenaline certainly may help out CM Punk at this opportune time. As back in the ring we go, tossing Solo Sikoa back inside the ring. Now look at Punk showing that agility a little briefly here. Punk now with a big time slam. Oh, he's gonna turn into the Anaconda Vice here. Can he make Solo Sikoa tap out? Middle of the ring, Charles Robinson is right there. Will Punk go to the finals? He will not, at least not yet. Plenty of time in this matchup for Punk to string some big time maneuvers. That Anaconda Vice is very brutal, but he wasn't able to make Kurt Angle tap out with it, so as far as Punk hasn't tried to hit the GTS at times here. And just look at these big old clotheslines from Punk right across the chest. And now Punk, what's he thinking? Big old back suplex. Oh, into a big pinfall early on in this matchup. Oh, did he get the 2 count? Oh, no. No, according to Robinson, just a 1 count. Punk is all fired up. Doesn't realize Solo Sikoa is right back up to his feet. And that is the problem with sometimes in these matches. You think you get the upper hand, and kind of the superstar will play possum, make you pay for it. And that's what we just saw right there. And with how dangerous Solo Sikoa is, you cannot allow him to get back in these matches. As now Solo with a Samoan spike. Is that enough for Solo to advance? Yes, it is. The Anaconda Vice wasn't enough, and Solo made him pay. And now Solo Sikoa will face off with the winner of Gunther and Cody Rhodes in your main event next week, live on SmackDown. Big win for Solo Sikoa. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we continue the first round of the Women's Queen of the Ring tournament on the SmackDown side of things, as it's going to be Liv Morgan in action as she takes on Bayley. And certainly for Liv Morgan, certainly it's a big time moment for her young career, looking to have that moment, and certainly getting a big win over the likes of a Bayley. That'd be great for her if she's able to not only do that, but semifinals into the finals. How good would that be? And certainly we saw last week's kind of the start of it with Jade Cargill defeating Candice LeRae. And for Jade Cargill, you gotta believe she's going to be the favorite to win it all in this Queen of the Ring tournament. And certainly I'm not saying these women can't knock her off, but certainly they gotta figure out something quickly when it comes to Jade Cargill. As here comes Bayley, you could say the leader of Damage Control, but she has no one left in her group. She just has, well, she did have 4 women in part of that group: Sasha, Naomi, and Nia. But when Nia got taken out, or not Nia, but Sasha Banks got taken out permanently by Jade Cargill, Naomi left, didn't like how things were looking for the group, so she bounced. And then Nia Jax, I mean, she certainly is just ready to move on to just not having to deal with this big group. So Bayley's all by herself now. And, I mean, Bayley, for the most part, she's, I mean, besides the SummerSlam of last year when she, you know, with the help of Damage Control at that time, certainly the I guess I should say the older version of Damage Control with the likes of Io, Asuka, Dakota Kai, and them, helped her knock off Bayley in a last women's standing match. So certainly, you know, Bayley is done quite well by herself, but even better in factions, and we'll see how she does starting tonight by herself again. Here we go, match officially started. Let's see how these next women are going to do a part of this. Let's look at Liv coming swinging right out of the gate. Liv has something to prove. And Bayley, she was a part of that big-time Fatal 4-Way matchup where we saw Naomi, out of all 4 of those women, walk out victorious, becoming the first ever women's Intercontinental champion. Or actually, the first ever women's United States champion, sorry. First ever women's Intercontinental champion, Asuka, there on Raw. But certainly, I'd like to give a big congratulations to Naomi with working her tail off, defeating Bayley, Eve Torres, and Michelle McCool to become the first ever women's United States champion. Is now Bayley with a swinging neck breaker right there, right on that second rope. We'll see if Bayley wants to continue to capitalize. Looks like she won't. She's just going to allow Liv Morgan to get back up to her feet there. As, oh, just like that, a hard Irish whip. Down goes Liv Morgan. An awkward fall there, but certainly may be enough to maybe knock her out and just throw her back in the ring and get a pinfall attempt. Ooh, and a brutal DDT. It's not going to be feeling too good, I can tell you that. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of high-octane action from, obviously, the Kings of the Ring side and the Queen of the Ring side of things, but also there's a #1 contenders matchup later on tonight. It is a tag team matchup between the new Bloodline and the Wyatt 6, but obviously it's a #1 contenders matchup where the winner will take on Carmelo and Trick live there at King and Queen of the Ring. But the stipulation tonight is no ordinary stipulation, ladies and gentlemen. This is a steel cage match between both teams. So, you know, they won't be able to complain and say, hey, you know, there's, you know, shenanigans. At least from the Bloodline side of things. Wyatt 6, I mean, you don't really see them complaining with that mysteriousness and whatever they got going on their side of things. But certainly this is a brutal matchup, and this is a matchup that wasn't even advertised. It was advertised in terms of saying the new Bloodline versus the Wyatt 6, the #1 contenders matchup, but the steel cage element was added today. And it's a great addition by Teddy Long. It's now Bayley with a big time elbow right across the chest. Liv Morgan doing the right thing, rolling out of the ring. She feel like she was, you know, in a bad situation, and now she's making Bayley pay here at ringside. And now Bayley going for a clothesline. Liv Morgan a little bit faster in the exchange and hits her from behind. Also throughout tonight, ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be Nia Jax taking on Michelle McCool, as well as Naomi versus Ronda Rousey, champion versus champion, a part of the Queen of the Ring as well as also the main event tonight being Cody Rhodes versus Gunther in the semifinals of the King of the Ring. We'll see who will go on to next week's finals to take on Solo Sikoa. Liv Morgan showing you that agility here as she trips her down, takes her down in a little bit of a tightrope situation right there on the back of Bayley. Bayley now going to try to make Liv Morgan pay. Let's see if Bayley can get on to the next round here. As, oh, nice enziguri. Down goes Liv Morgan, and Bayley right through the bottom rope there, or the second, I guess you could say second rope, and hit her with a beautiful Hurricane Rana. Liv Morgan is in trouble. Bayley has the momentum. Can she continue this right now? She is in a great spot right now as a vicious knee to the temple. Liv Morgan may be counting her days here tonight. Back in the ring we go. That knee, she's still feeling that. She's barely moving. And this might be where Bayley puts the final pieces of this match away. As Bayley, though, gets hit with a forearm strike from Liv. But Liv cannot capitalize. I think she might be still stunned, though. She gets hit with a snap suplex, pinfall attempt, but a strong kick out. The matchup continues. And if you're Bayley, maybe continue with some more headshots. And now, again, attacking to the head. That's what I'm talking about. Disorient your opponent enough to where they can't see, they don't know what they're doing, they're confused, and just knock them off and put them away. As Bayley attacking that left knee right there, trying to send a message to Liv Morgan. Yeah, Liv is struggling, ladies and gentlemen. Referee might just have to end this because she is not there. Now Bayley with an elbow drop right across the chest of Liv Morgan, and certainly that has to be it. No, Liv Morgan kicked out. That just has to be pure instinct at this moment. As that kip up there from Liv, maybe a little sign of things to come. Maybe she can pull off something here. Certainly Bayley's been in the driver's seat for quite a bit of this matchup. I don't know if Liv can come back, but let's see if she can do it. She's hitting a couple big clotheslines here. Liv now sweeping the leg. Down goes Bayley. And now Liv's fired up. And now she's going to look to steal it here after sweeping that leg with the hook of the leg. 2.5. Liv's got to hit some big maneuvers here to get herself back in this matchup, especially if she wants to change some stuff up here. As Liv feeling very confident about herself. But hey, Liv, breakout moment. This is your moment. You don't know how many more opportunities you're going to have in a Queen of the Ring environment. As a flatliner there from Liv out of nowhere. Can she pick up a massive win over Bayley? She does! Big win tonight for Liv Morgan. Can you believe it? That is a massive win for Liv Morgan. And certainly gets herself to the semifinals, ladies and gentlemen, where she joins Jade Cargill as only two to qualify. Welcome to Friday Night Rollins. And guess who is still your World Heavyweight Champion? That is right, your visionary, your messiah, your ultimate top guy in all professional wrestling, Seth frickin' Rollins. I won't lie, Steve gave me one hell of a fight, especially in that match where I was about to curb stomp him into that very mat, and he hits me with a variation of an RKO, a cutter out of nowhere, and he almost defeated me to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. It's a crazy spot, Steve, but still, you couldn't get the job done. And just like I told you, Steve, this isn't the 1990s anymore to early 2000 where you wreaked havoc on this company, Mr. McMahon. Every single champion that was in your way or you challenged for that championship. This is a whole different version of WWE, and I stomped you into the middle of that mat to remind you of how damn good this roster is and how damn good of a World Heavyweight Champion I'm going to be. Walking out of that match, ladies and gentlemen, there was something that I wanted more of. I wanted more. There was something more out of that match I wanted to do. Not only one match, but I wanted to have another match with Stone Cold. Everything he's left to prove, he's looking to fight for another year through WrestleMania, whatever it may be. And I want another match with Stone Cold. So I talked to Teddy, and I got some news for you guys. At the King and Queen of the Ring, it will be myself defending my World Heavyweight Championship once again against the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like I just said, he gave me a run for my money, but I believe, once again, that I'm able to outperform, out-wrestle, out-entertain Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I will show everyone exactly why I am the best in the world at what I do, because I am Seth frickin' Rollins. Well, that's certainly some big news, ladies and gentlemen. Seth Rollins, out of his good heart, his choice words when he says that, but he, Seth Rollins, your World Heavyweight Champion, has chosen Stone Cold Steve Austin and has given him another match. Seth Rollins said there was something about that matchup that left him wanting more. So he talked to Teddy Long. Teddy Long didn't see anything wrong with that, and he is giving Stone Cold Steve Austin another opportunity at the World Heavyweight Championship. And you know, that'd be absolutely massive if Rollins can. Obviously, he already did it recently at Night of Champions, and if he can do it at King of the Ring, once again, that is absolutely massive. But we're switching to, once again, the first round of the Queen of the Ring. Nia Jax just coming out here, just going to be taking on Michelle McCool. Michelle McCool had a nice showing there live at Night of Champions. Very close to becoming the first ever Women's United States Champion, but certainly just not able to get the job done. Naomi ended up pinning Bayley to win that championship. But certainly back to the drawing board for those three women that lost. But hey, you know, some more wins here in this Queen of the Ring side of things. And maybe if she's able to knock off the Raw side, you know, there's an opportunity for Michelle McCool to go to SummerSlam and go on to have a women's championship match. But it will not be easy. Michelle McCool is going to have to do her best to try to put away the irresistible force. And Nia Jax has already faced off with the women's champion Jade Cargill and has failed. So maybe Nia Jax very well could get the same thing and get another opportunity at Jade Cargill. Referee ringing the bell. Here we go. And for Nia Jax, it's going to be all about strength and power in this one, as she almost hits a variation of a world's strongest slam, taking down Michelle McCool. But McCool twisting that leg. That is not going to be feeling too good, I can tell you that. And for Michelle McCool, maybe get like a highly fast-paced matchup in their favor. Really focus on, you know, attacking the legs. Maybe work that lower back, because obviously it's going to take some time to beat up Nia Jax and get it to where you can easily pick her up. Because that strength and power, it's just not easy. As we got ourselves a torture rack from Nia Jax trying to make Michelle McCool tap out. And now just not enough damage early on, but certainly that is plenty at this time, and that damage very well could help her out later on in this matchup. You just never know. As now Michelle McCool going to look to go to work here, trying to get the crowd behind her, slowly but surely here. As now Michelle McCool with a big old swinging neck breaker, absolutely brutal there. And now McCool just continuing to attack Nia Jax while she's down. That's what you got to do. You cannot allow Nia to get her hands on you and start tossing you around. She's a veteran in this business. She has dealt with these legends before, and certainly Nia Jax is sick of these women trying to overlap her. As again, Michelle McCool tossed to the other side now. Now, Nia Jax, what is she thinking? Not the LED post, please. Oh, goodness. At least it was on the apron. It's still not going to feel good no matter what, but at least it wasn't that LED post, because certainly that would have knocked her out, possibly. And now Nia, trying to figure out what she wants to do, going to toss her back inside the ring. Obviously, there's no count out. Disqualifications are still on. But you never know what Nia Jax would want to do. She very well could just try to, you know, blind the referee and do something stupid like that. But right now she's focused. She's staying on Michelle McCool, and she wants to become the first, or I guess it would be the second ever, pardon me, Queen of the Ring winner. Tegan Nox last year won it. And she was a part of SmackDown. Look at Nia Jax making fun of this crowd. It's like, oh, you Michelle McCool, your fan favorite's getting beaten up. So, big elbow across the chest, into the chops, into the elbows. As big hip up from Michelle McCool, but again not able to capitalize. Nia Jax striking Michelle McCool with purpose here. And no, gonna drop her on that top rope. No, McCool slipping out of it into a DDT. Perfect moment there for Michelle McCool. Big slaps and punches. Michelle McCool with a nice DDT. Back and forth we go. And now Nia with a spinning side slam into the pinfall. We'll see if that's going to be enough to put her away. 2. Oh, no. Yeah, it is a 2. Couldn't really tell from the angle. At least it looked like a 2. The matchup will continue. Let's look at that. Just that big boot right across the chest / neck area. That is not going to be feeling too good for Michelle McCool. And oh no, Nia. High risk for Nia Jax. This is only going to end well for one of these people. There's a big axe handle, takes down McCool. And I don't know if Michelle McCool is going to be able to hit that almost like a variation of a Styles clash, but you can call it the McCool clash. There you go, big boot out of nowhere. There you go, taking her out of commission. And now Michelle going to look to flip her over, almost like a different variation of a calf killer. I don't know if this is going to be enough to put her away though. And I think she realizes that. And now this is where Michelle getting a little cocky here. She feels like she has this match right where she wants her. And oh no, McCool, high risk, high reward situation here. Frog splash halfway across the ring. Now does Michelle decide to go for the pinfall off this? I'm very surprised she doesn't. At least try to see where you're at. Are you close to a 2 count? Is it more to a late 1 count? You just got to really check and see where you're at in these particular times. As Nia Jax saw that coming. Nia Jax going to look to get herself back in this match. And look at Nia Jax unleashing some rage here on Michelle McCool. Going to try to torment that left knee. Maybe rip it out of socket if she has to. And oh goodness, what a face plant. Throwing her right in between her eyes there on the mat. And now into the corner we go. Back and forth. Who wants it, ladies and gentlemen? Who is going to become the winner? And now, I don't know what Nia Jax is setting up here. Knocked her out with a brutal headbutt. Uh-oh. Looking to annihilate Michelle McCool. Pinfall attempt. 1, 2. And McCool kicks out. Michelle McCool kicked out after getting her chest caved in there. Holy crap, I'm surprised she was able to kick out there. And look at Nia continue to make fun of this crowd, saying this is your legend, this is your woman that you want are expecting to beat me. Are you kidding me? And now Nia Jax looking to inflict some more pain, tossing her into the corner, but Michelle McCool somehow has the strength and power to get herself still to, get up to her feet. And oh goodness, what a roll through for Michelle. Big maneuver, but oh goodness, almost like a belly flop right into the face there of McCool. We'll see if this is enough. And it is. It just took too much out of Michelle McCool tonight. And Nia Jax advances to the semi-finals. And we'll find out very soon who her opponent is going to be live at the Queen of the Ring. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is a tag team match. Certainly everyone's been looking forward to this matchup, but it's not an ordinary tag team matchup. This is a tornado tag team steel cage match. These two tag teams can beat the living snot out of each other, but to win this matchup, you don't only have to have one of your superstars from your team get over the steel cage, but you have to have both of them to win this matchup. So this could very well be a long matchup, or if you get one over, it's going to be hard because you're going to have two superstars on one superstar. So, this is going to be a tough match for both teams. And there may be moments in this matchup where both teams just don't care about those rules. They just want to end each other very quickly. And they're at the Night of Champions pay-per-view in a Tornado 6-man. We saw the Wyatt 6 knock off the new Bloodline, but Kurt Angle beat CM Punk and The Rock beat Uncle Howdy. So there was some good things from the Bloodline's point of view. Unfortunately for not winning that 6-man Tornado tag team matchup, but they will take wins where they can get them. As we now wait for the Wyatt 6 to make their presence known tonight, it will be Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis as they make their way down to the ring. Two very unique individuals, Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy. Gacy, formerly of NXT for a good while, really trying to find himself down there. Got some matches under his belt. Dexter Lumis, a part of DIY for a good while as well in his career, learning from a really good tag team. And there's two guys that certainly are trying to gel, trying to figure out what is going to make their career go, and they really fit perfect when it comes to this Wyatt 6. These guys that certainly are out there, and also may not be your typical main event guy, your guy that you put on posters and all this other stuff. But certainly this Wyatt 6 group is a different variation of what Bray Wyatt, what Wyndham wanted, and Bo Dallas is looking to fulfill that prophecy, fulfill what Wyndham's ideas and creativeness as a group. He is looking to set that out here in WWE. Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, he is looking to take his brother's work and fulfill it, take it out to different branches of a whole tree, if that makes sense. But here we go, Joe Gacy, Dexter Lumis versus Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. This is going to be brutality at its finest. This is the type of match you would love to see. There's a big scoop slam right there, taking down Gacy. Dexter Lumis choking the living snot out of Tama Tonga there. His own big spear, that was a stiff spear, I can tell you that. That is not going to feel too good. And now, Gacy with a jumping kick right to the temple, takes him down, and going to look to go to war. And for this type of matchup, ladies and gentlemen, you got to pick and choose when you want to try to go up the cage. You already see Tama Tonga. He's trying to get the heck out of here. He doesn't want to deal with these Wyatt 6 any longer. And you got Tonga Loa dealing with the other member, Dexter Lumis, part of the group. We might have our first member leaving the cage here. Gacy, he might be able to get there and maybe save the day here. So close to escaping the cage. But look at Gacy trying to bring him back down. Tama Tonga's like, heck no, get me the heck out of here. And down goes Gacy. Down goes Gacy. And now Tama Tonga, you got to feel like he's trying to find a hole in that cage so he can begin to scratch and claw and get himself out of there. Lumis realizing that, trying to climb up the cage. Tama Tonga very close to getting out of the cage. And it looks like, yes, he is 1-0 Bloodline in this matchup, but that leaves a 2-on-1 situation. So Tama Tonga's out, but that leaves a 2-on-1 situation. Now they got to decide what is going to work. And of course, Tama Tonga wants you to acknowledge the Bloodline as Joe Gacy is trying to leave the cage. And certainly Dexter Lumis is okay with him leaving. He's looking to make sure that Tonga Loa stays down as long as Gacy can focus on that. It's a nice missile drop kick off the springboard. And now Gacy going to look to try to get off the cage here. And it looks like it's going to be 1-1 Bloodline and the Wyatt 6 here. And now it is down to 2. From 1 a member of the Bloodline and one member of the Wyatt 6. Tama Tonga's already out. Joe Gacy's out. You got Dexter Lumis and Tonga Loa. This is where it can get very brutal, very, very quickly here. This is all to take on Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams live at King and Queen of the Ring. These big old haymakers. Lumis now. Here we go. Sit out. Or I should say big power bomb. Not a sit out power bomb, but still highly effective. And now a swinging neck breaker there from the ever dangerous Dexter Lumis. And for Lumis, the question is, do you hit your finishing maneuver? Do you take out your opponent and make sure they're down and out for sure? Do you leave them in a bloody heap? Is Lumis going for a sit out or a leg drop of sorts? Didn't work out in his favor, and now you can possibly make him pay. No, Lumis with a vicious neck breaker, but still the matchup continues. Uh-oh, back body drop. And now Tonga Loa going to look to capitalize. He's going to look to get out of the cage. We'll see if Lumis can continue to stop him. It looks like he's a little kind of failing at that. And Tonga Loa's like, screw it. I'm going back. Going to have to hit something bigger at this opportunity to keep Lumis down, because Lumis is going to keep on attacking. He's going to continue to get up. As now Tonga Loa gonna try to escape the cage while Dexter Lumis is down and out. This may be the moment Tonga Loa needs. Lumis is in the middle of the heap there, trying to figure himself out. Now we're just moments away. If he can somehow find a hole in that cage, he very well could be winning this matchup. But Lumis right there trying to get him. Lumis is in trouble. Down goes Dexter Lumis. And just like that, that very well could be it. We could be seeing the new Bloodline taking on the WWE Tag Team Champions, Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. And it looks like by some kind of miracle, unless Lumis can teleport, just like that, the new Bloodline wins. So live at King and Queen of the Ring, it will be Tonga Loa challenging Carmelo and Trick Williams for the Tag Team Championships. I'm currently getting ready for my matchup. My matchup is next against Ronda Rousey, one half of the women's tag team champions, and I'm not looking past Ronda. Ronda is one of the better superstars on this roster, and obviously you guys can tell that with their dominating reign as the women's tag team champions, but certainly she is no first ever women's United States champion. Could everyone imagine not only having the women's United States championship around my waist, but on my shoulder, the women's championship? That would be absolutely massive, but I cannot look past any of my opponents this week or even to next week. So tonight, my sights are on Ronda. Ronda, I'm coming for you. I know you're the baddest woman on the planet, but tonight, I bring you to where you have to feel the glow. But before I leave you guys to go out in the middle of that ring with Ronda, I wanted to thank you guys so much for the support. I've gotten tweets, I've got text messages, phone calls from family, friends, other professional wrestlers all over the world congratulating me and my win. My hard work does not stop there, though. I have to continue to bring it every single day of every single week, and I will show it to you starting tonight. And that is your Women's United States Champion, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, congratulations to Naomi, who is going to have herself a big match against this woman right here, Ronda Rousey, the baddest woman on the planet. One half of the Women's Tag Team Champions. Herself and Shayna have had a pretty good run as the Women's Tag Team Champions. Certainly probably one of the best reigns, honestly, of all time here in the series. And Obviously, Ronda's been a Raw Women's Champion before here in the series. She's knows how to get the job done. Maybe she's able to walk out tonight and continuing to get herself into the semifinals and get herself a big match live there at Queen of the Ring. Now, you guys notice, yes, Ronda and Shayna have not been defending those tag team championships as of late. It is due because both of them are in the Queen of the Ring. We are not looking past the women's division whatsoever when it comes to the tag team division, but they are being rewarded for being one of the top champions in all of WWE by being put in the Queen of the Ring. And now there is Naomi, like we mentioned, the first ever Women's United States Champion. And it looks like we are about to feel that glow, ladies and gentlemen. Naomi, is a former Women's SmackDown champion here in the series. And like we said, and like what she said briefly just moments ago, could you imagine that United States Championship around her waist and on her shoulder is the Women's Championship? Hey, double champ Naomi, that very well could happen. Anything is possible here in WWE. I can tell you that. The twists and turns of being in WWE is definitely there. So, cannot wait to see how this matchup turns out. A champion versus champion match. Naomi's looking to make you feel the glow. The baddest woman on the planet, Ronda Rousey, is going to look to submit you. So something's got to give. Who is getting that last spot in the semifinals? I think if Naomi can avoid the submission holds at times, I think Naomi may be able to withstand Ronda Rousey. But also that, you got to watch out for those brutal strikes that Ronda Rousey gives. And with Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler being the women's tag team champions, they can show up on either show. So obviously Shayna and Ronda were a part of Monday Night Raw. But like you're seeing tonight, showing up here on SmackDown, kind of splitting up Baszler and Rousey to get those opportunities. Baszler made it to the final or the semifinals before losing recently to Becky Lynch on Monday Night Raw. We'll see if it's any different for Rousey here tonight. And obviously for Naomi, she just won the Women's United States Championship. She doesn't want to come out on the first SmackDown and lose, but it's not like she's having a easy opponent. She's having one of the better wrestlers on the women's side of things in a good while. It's now Rousey, high risk, big elbow right across the chest. And Naomi is in trouble indeed. She may need to get another job, may need to apply to Indeed.com, because Indeed, she is having issues here. Big elbow strike though from Naomi into that nice corkscrew uppercut. And just like that, Naomi now getting herself back in the matchup. She's got to bring that fight to Ronda Rousey. You cannot allow Ronda to come to you. You have to come to Ronda. At least in particular moments. You got to pick and choose your moments, but certainly against Ronda, that may be more often. And now, oh, nice DDT taking down Ronda Rousey. And now Naomi's all fired up. That is your Women's United States Champion. She's looking to send a message tonight. And now Naomi, what is she thinking about doing? Kick to the midsection, taking down Ronda, and now gonna go for that submission hold here. We've seen her win plenty of matches in her career here in WWE, but Naomi lets go of it. And it looks like Ronda was down and out, but it seemed like Naomi was gonna look to inflict some more damage. Pinfall attempt right next to the rope. We'll see if this is enough. No, Ronda kicks out. I'm surprised Ronda didn't try to at least grab that bottom rope, but you can't always allow the referee to, see your hand there because it's such a bad spot in the corner there. And now a loot that's pressed from Naomi, being a little bit more aggressive, you can tell here. And that's what Naomi needs to do, be a little bit more aggressive at times too. Let's bring her to the dance here. Now Ronda looking to inflict some pain here. Uh-oh, Naomi may not be in the right position. It's down. Goes Naomi right in the middle of the ring. Is Rousey advancing to the semifinals? No, she will not. At least not yet. Ronda Rousey thought that was going to be enough to put her away, and now Rousey has to go back to the drawing board. What else can she do to put away Naomi? Fade that glow away as, oh no, the armbar applied, of sorts trying to break the arm. Will Naomi have to tap out middle of the ring? She's right there, but Ronda Rousey lets go of it, realizing, hey, that Naomi was going to get out of it. Pinfall attempt, Robinson right there, going to try to go for that pinfall, and she does, and Rousey gets the win over the current Women's United States Champion. Can't say that I wasn't hoping for a different outcome, but Rousey showing you that she doesn't care who your fan favorites are. All she cares about is continuing to win big-time matches. Ladies and gentlemen, it is main event time, and we are about to see who is going to the finals. That will be joining Solo Sikoa. Will it be the leader of Imperium being Gunther, or will it be the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes? This is a match that you would see on a PLE, on a WrestleMania, a Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, Money in the Bank pay-per-view, whatever it would see. What I'm trying to say is, these big-time PLEs, you would expect to see a main event match between a Gunther and a Cody Rhodes. But tonight, it's on free television. It's on SmackDown. And you are about to see these guys beat the crap out of each other, go to war in this main event. Professional wrestling at its finest. Obviously, the ring general believes that mat is sacred. Cody Rhodes, he loves professional wrestling. He loves everything like that. So this matchup, it's gonna be downright gritty. At times, very technical. At times as well. Gunther, former United States champion, former world heavyweight champion. Cody Rhodes, a multi-time WWE champion / undisputed champion. Ended up picking up a tag team win with The Miz live there at Night of Champions, defeating A-Town Down Under. And for Gunther, he was ready for the King of the Ring tournament. He believes this was set up for him to win. And it very well could be. I mean, for Monday Night Raw side of things, you're either going to have Jey Uso or Ilya Dragunov represent Monday Night Raw live there at King of the Ring. And certainly you're going to have Solo or the likes of Gunther or his opponent right here, Cody Rhodes, represent it. And you could feel the electricity in this building, ladies and gentlemen. Cody Rhodes and Gunther are about to tear off this roof. They're going to blow off this roof. It is going to be quite possibly a masterpiece. And it is all to become the King of the Ring winner. And like I've mentioned multiple times, we've had two previous winners, being Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns. Two big names in the company. And certainly, we very well could have another big name with the likes of Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Solo Sikoa, Jey Uso, Ilya Dragunov. Those two kind of trying to still make a name for themselves. Jey obviously has a bigger name for himself compared to Ilya. But certainly, you never know what it is going to draw out to be. But man, I am absolutely fired up about this matchup. These guys, two top guys in the company. Gunther hasn't really had, much, I would say, I wouldn't say opportunities, but he hasn't tried to push himself out there. But getting that opportunity in the King of the Ring tournament, perfect timing for this big man. Gunther, though, taking on Cody Rhodes in your main event. Who is going to the finals next week? Charles Robinson ringing the bell. Only one man can walk out winner. Who will it be? Only one of these guys can go on to next week's main event to take on the likes of Solo Sikoa. Now Cody, hard Irish whip off the ropes and into a big knee strike right to the ribs. And I don't expect this matchup to go with one big maneuver to put away opponent. No, this is, you got to systematically take out your opponent. It is not going to be one crossroads or a Cody cutter or a power bomb from the likes of Gunther. No, this is going to be drawn out. This is, at least that's what I would expect. Both these guys, top of their game, brutality at its finest, and that's what you want. You want your teammates, you want these WWE superstars, men and women at the top of their game, and this is what you're getting in your main event. Ever since Cody Rhodes has come back to WWE, he has accomplished a lot. He saved Monday Night Raw from the NWO to make sure it wouldn't become the WCW. Also, you know, Cody Rhodes here on SmackDown saving a lot of big-time matches against other superstars. Hold on, pinfall opportunity. Will this go? But obviously Gunther going to have to do a lot more. But actually, going back to my point, after saving WWE, the following night on Monday Night Raw, he would win a triple threat matchup to become the WWE champion as Gunther with a flying frog splash. And obviously, ultimately, Cody would win some other matches here and there throughout his decade or his couple years here in WWE. What a maneuver from Gunther. Is that going to be enough to put away Cody here? Very close. But what I'm trying to get at, Cody has had a lot of big-time matches, has led WWE into the future, and has done some great things here since coming back. And look at Gunther. He is locked and loaded. He believes he has Cody right where he wants him. Cody has to figure out some things. Going for an elbow. Cody saw it coming. Cody now with a springboard enziguri taking down Gunther. And now Cody Rhodes is fired up. And that is not what you want for Gunther. Or I should say Gunther should not want Cody Rhodes to be fired up here. Big haymakers. I don't know if I'd be willing to go strike for strike with Gunther, but certainly that is a choice. Cody now from behind, looking to do a crossroads. Crossroads! Gunther busted open. Is that enough, though, to put him away? 2. No, Gunther kicks out. Gunther kicks out. And this is what we're talking about as Cody's trying to get the crowd behind him here. This is going to be a back and forth matchup. We knew, at least I knew, I had a feeling that this matchup is going to have to put them through living hell tonight. It's going to be a lot of back and forth as Cody with a big clothesline. No, over the top rope he goes. And now Gunther may get some time to recuperate. As look at that. You can't really get the best angle on his face there, but look, right there on the top of the forehead there. And now Gunther going to look to make him pay here. Tossing him in the corner. Oh, brutal uppercut, man. That was violent. I already know WWE is violent, but damn, that strike was off the charts. And now Gunther fired up like what Cody Rhodes was just moments ago. And now Gunther making the crowd salute him as he is the ring general. And now here comes Gunther with a big clothesline, takes down Cody. And oh my goodness, that was a stiff shot from Gunther. You could hear that from the cheap seats. Over by where that Snickers sign is. 2 Snickers signs all the way up there. And now Gunther again. Gonna go high risk. Cody right back up to his feet. Gunther now. Gonna go for an elbow strike. He didn't get enough. Well, actually, he did get enough, but just a glazing blow to the head. And now Gunther gonna look to go to work here. Gunther now. Here we go. Release. Oh no, he's not going to release the powerbomb. He's going to hold it on. Good idea. Full force powerbomb. And it is enough. Gunther gets the job done. A hell of a matchup in your main event, ladies and gentlemen. Gunther has beaten Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, and the finals are set. Gunther versus Solo Sikoa next week here on SmackDown. And just hold on 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like the other competitor, part of this King of the Ring finals is making his way down to the ring. Solo Sikoa had a match earlier on tonight defeating CM Punk. Solo on a little bit of a roll, defeating John Cena recently, and now defeating CM Punk earlier on tonight. This is certainly going to be a big-time matchup next week here between Gunther and Solo Sikoa, ladies and gentlemen. Both men absolutely brutal in the middle of this ring. Gunther able to survive Cody Rhodes earlier on tonight, and now we are going to see these two go at it live next week in the finals. Who will be going to the King of the Ring against Monday Night Raw? And neither of these men backing down from a fight. Will it be the new Bloodline's Solo Sikoa, or will it be the Ring General from Imperium, Gunther, representing SmackDown after the end of SmackDown live next week?